Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled amidst lush forests, there lived a sweet little girl known to all as Little Red Riding Hood. She earned this name for the beautiful red-hooded cape her grandmother had lovingly crafted for her. Little Red Riding Hood was adored by everyone in the village for her kind heart and gentle nature. One sunny morning, Little Red Riding Hood's mother called her into the kitchen. "My dear," she said, "your grandmother is feeling a bit under the weather. Would you be a dear and take this basket of freshly baked goodies to her? They will surely cheer her up." Little Red Riding Hood happily agreed, eager to visit her beloved grandmother. She carefully packed the basket with delicious treats and set off on the familiar forest path to her grandmother's cottage. As she strolled through the woods, Little Red Riding Hood hummed a merry tune, enjoying the sights and sounds of nature around her. Unbeknownst to her, a cunning wolf had been watching her from behind the trees, his stomach growling with hunger. The wolf, with his sly grin and deceptive charm, approached Little Red Riding Hood. "Good day, dear girl," he said, his voice smooth as silk. "Where might you be off to on this fine day?" "How lovely," said the wolf, his eyes gleaming with hunger. "And where does your dear grandmother live?" Little Red Riding Hood innocently revealed the location of her grandmother's cottage. Unaware of the danger she was in, the wolf, with a wicked grin, concocted a plan to reach the cottage before her. "I must be going now," said Little Red Riding Hood, bidding the wolf farewell as she continued on her way. The wolf, however, took a shortcut through the forest, arriving at the grandmother's cottage well before Little Red Riding Hood. He knocked on the door, mimicking the sweet voice of the girl. "Grandmother, it's me, Little Red Riding Hood. I've brought you some treats." The unsuspecting grandmother, who was feeling too weak to get out of bed, called out, "Come in, my dear." With a sly smile, the wolf entered the cottage, his eyes fixed on the delicious treats laid out in the basket. In a swift motion, he devoured the goodies, leaving nothing behind but crumbs. Just then, Little Red Riding Hood arrived at the cottage, her heart filled with joy at the thought of seeing her grandmother. She knocked on the door and entered, only to find the wolf lying in her grandmother's bed, disguised in her nightcap and shawl. "Grandmother, what big ears you have!" exclaimed Little Red Riding Hood, noticing the wolf's large, pointy ears. "All the better to hear you with, my dear," replied the wolf, his voice deep and menacing. "Grandmother, what big eyes you have," she continued, now realizing the truth behind the disguise. "All the better to see you with, my dear," growled the wolf, his eyes narrowing with hunger. And with that, the wolf lunged at Little Red Riding Hood, intent on making her his next meal. But before he could reach her, a woodcutter passing by heard the commotion and rushed into the cottage. With his trusty axe, he chased the wolf away, saving Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother from harm. From that day forward, Little Red Riding Hood learned to be cautious in the woods, never straying from the path and always keeping an eye out for cunning predators. And though she continued to wear her red-hooded cape, it was no longer just a fashion statement, it was a symbol of her resilience and bravery in the face of danger. If you like my videos, then please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you.